Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be about toxic people. I've been dealing with them all my freaking life. Toxic people are so worried about what others people are going to think, their family, their friends, their community. But yet they do this crap behind the scenes and get exposed for it. Now, a lot of them are mentally ill. Apparently, they must be. It makes no sense, actually. These people don't want to change because they're happy living the life that they want, and that's A-okay. That's on them. They're going to have to deal with that and answer to that. But God will only put up with it for so long before you lose your title on this TFJ. You become a karmic, and you will be marked for death. When you constantly do things to hurt people behind their back, behind the scenes, who are good people, you are attacking good people behind the scenes, that's what's going to happen to you. Apparently, you don't give a shit about yourself because you keep continuing to do it. You think you know best, and that God's not going to stop you. You know better. Nobody else knows anything that you do. You think you know it all, Mr. Know-it-all. God knows it all. You don't. So, what you bring into your life, the exposure that you get, it's all brought on by you and nobody else. No good people put love spells on anybody. No good people put spells on anybody for any reason whatsoever. That's the karmic's job. And that's the karmic that does it. Good people on this TFJ do not do that. Especially myself. I've done one spell on a person who was very irritating in my life many, many years ago, well over 10 years ago. And I did a stay away from me spell, which wasn't to hurt them. It didn't hurt them. It just kept them away from me. And then I thought, well, that was probably not the brightest thing to do. But I didn't do anything to hurt anybody, and that's the only spell I've done, other than my manifestations. Now, when I manifest, I don't manifest bad things into people's lives, and I don't manifest to hurt people. I manifest good things for myself, the female collective, and the world. And that's the only magic that happens in my life. All the other spells comes from the karmics, not me. Now, they will lie to you and tell you that I'm doing it, but everything that comes out of their mouth is a freaking lie. And if you believe them, that's your own stupidity. Everything they've said about me is a lie. Just like the lies they tell about everybody else. Because they wouldn't know the truth if it smacked them upside the head. I don't know how they keep their lies straight, because after telling one lie, I would be confused as to what I told. But they are so mentally ill, they don't care about covering up their lies. And eventually they get exposed like they have been. Rightly so. What you do to others comes back to you and your loved ones. What you do to others, you will pay for, quite severely, in any and every way that the spiritual team sees fit. Now, my spiritual team have been called goons. because they tear that ass up. They don't play no games. They are protecting their loved one. Me. Yes, things are allowed to be done to me in order to bring people their karma. The longer it goes on, the bigger the karma. And some things have been going on for at least 8 years now. So imagine the karma that's coming their way in due time, when they least expect it. What you put out there is what comes back to you. That's the way karma is. I need to get a drink, guys. What you throw out into the universe towards someone, against someone, comes back to you at least tenfold or more, depending on what it is. Wow, imagine that. It's coming back harder than you dished it out. And that's God's way of teaching you a lesson. Now you can either get with the program and you can learn the lesson the first time, or you can go around that mountain 50 million times and he can keep hitting you 50 million times with karma until you have nothing left. And the question he's going to ask you is, are you teachable? Are you dumb or are you stupid? Are you dumb or are you smart? What's it going to be? So I know how much to dish out your karma. You know, people have the wrong impression of God. They think he's, a fingers in the cheeks and a grinning kind of guy, and someone who wouldn't split up relationships or families even if they have children and all that. That is wrong. Wrong. God will do whatever it takes to teach you that lesson, to get you to learn that lesson, and he will keep doing it until you do. People think, well, he's a loving God. He wouldn't end marriages. He wouldn't end relationships, especially if we have 5 children. No, you're wrong. You are wrong. God would rather see a relationship end, especially if it was built on faulty ground, meaning toxic, unrequited, pain, hurtful, destructive. He would rather see it end than it stay together. Now, a lot of people have been programmed that you do not leave your family, especially if you have children. And that used to be morally so. But the times have changed. God doesn't care if you have children. God doesn't care if you're pregnant. God doesn't care if your husband beats you. He's going to tear that marriage apart, and it's going to be over with. Because you're being mistreated, you won't stand up for yourself, so he's going to do it for you. And when you force him to do things like that, it's always worse when you force God to do things for you or to you. So it's best to do it yourself. Because when he does it, it's a heck of a lot worse. And it's not going to be pretty. Don't ever let anybody abuse you in any way, shape, or form. Physically, emotionally, verbally, mentally, whatever. Do not. Sorry for the background noise. Somebody's apparently deaf and can't hear their own music. God doesn't care what he has to do to get things on the right path, to get you to stop allowing people to treat you that way. And let me tell you, when you allow him to do it, it is a lot worse than if you did it yourself. So you'd be smart to do it yourself. Yes, change can be scary. It can be. But you will survive. There are no victims. We are all survivors. All of us are survivors. If you are alive, you are a survivor. There are no victims in this world. That is a weak mindset mentality. And it will not be tolerated. So, it's best if you make the choices yourself. Whether you're pregnant and you have 3 children, it don't matter. Nobody's going to look down on you for walking away if you're being abused, if you're being in a nasty relationship, as long as you're not the one being that way. And if they do, you tell them to go to God and talk to them about it. Now I have to end this here and now. So please like, share, subscribe, comment below, thumbs up, send your friends to the channel. I hope you will come back and check out future content. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.